Know yet. Zoology is here. Hello, hello. First of all, I want to say, I want to take time to thank Zoology for being very helpful to anyone new who shows up in the Discord server. I believe that he does a great service to everyone. Definitely saves me quite a bit of time, but just very generous with his time and words, and something that I actually surprisingly am not. Messages and emails, I just it's why you don't see me replying to YouTube comments almost on anything as well. Yeah, just not my domain, not something I like to do. And so yeah, thank you Zoology for always helping out and making sure that the server is a good place, a safe space for everybody. How good of a deal is GMK Muto with accent kit for 210 shipped? I believe that's just close to retail. Well, shipped to Europe, and how used is it? David says, finally get to replace my time TKL. Very nice. And Chair Horn is here. Can you service me? Cole Scat! How's it going? Okay, so this, everybody, is the KBD 8X. Let's take a look. I believe so. Sleepson, where did you get this from? Did you get this from KBD fans directly? Did you get it from someone else? This is the first or the second iteration. I believe the round 2 group buy will be. So I think the one that hasn't shipped yet, or that is shipping right now, that one is going to be at least the 3rd iteration, I believe. There's been 2 iterations already. Oh, this is round 2? Oh. Wait, round 2 or round 1.5? There's round 1, and then there was something in between. Is the new one round 3? I can't even remember. But basically, there's one, and then there was another one that fixed some of the plate problems with the first one, and then changed the LED stuff. And then there was another one. And so the newest one apparently hasn't shipped yet. So I don't know if yours is the newest one or not. I don't know. Because I thought it was, and then someone mentioned that the newest one haven't shipped yet, or something like that. Visionaire, how's it going? And so we said thanks to Zoology, and now we're gonna say congratulations to Visionaire. I don't know if you guys were here in the server when it happened, but he is now a father of one more. New kid, new son. So a very exciting time. He got his Jetfire, which was his swan song, his holy grail, his endgame, and now he also has a new kid. And so I hope you will all welcome Grayson Jetfire. I can't reveal the last name. What? Are you feeding him now? Okay. Well, I hope your nipples don't get too sore. Check the LED slits. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do for sure, because that will tell us whether it's the initial run or the following runs. Better be in the streams when they get older. PC Low Letter is here too. How's it going? He's the master lurker. He only shows up when something goes wrong. And he shows up when Visionaire has another kid. Okay, so let's test the PCB first, as always. And then we'll check out the other parts. So this is a black KBD 8X. Type-C cable. Ooh, great time to show off something else that I got in. So I've been kind of lonely since moving to my own apartment. So I got it's a coiled rubber USB cable. This is from KP Republic. It is the V2 cable. And apparently the difference between a V2 and a V1 is that the V2 has a longer USB-B side. So this part is longer. Whereas the version 1, it's kind of cuts off around here. And unfortunately, I cannot use it because the boards I own, the cutout is not big enough to fit the plastic connector. So this part is too thick to fit the boards I own with Type-C. So fucking rip. So if you're thinking about buying this, you just have to take that into consideration. I might just end up dremeling the two cases that I have, honestly, with Type-C. They weren't designed to work with Type-C anyway. And one of them I already filed a bit, so I'm just going to have to file it more. And yes, this thing is, so the version 1 is $11, I believe. 10 or 11. And then the version 2 is 13. So I'm talking about the Type-C. The Type-C is, I think, $1 more, something like that. Yeah, so the new version is a bit more expensive. Just a couple dollars more. Okay, nice and tight. So you can see it's a white PCB Type-C, long protrusion from the PCB. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's hope it's even programmed. It should be. Most KBD fans PCBs come soldered, so let's test this out. And this should, I believe, run QMK. So you can program it using KBD Fans' online configuration tool, which is qmkeyboard.cn, or you can just go man mode and do it manually, basically. Thoughts on the Creative UV keycaps? They're basically just cheap caps. Gawk is getting a set in to see if it will be okay to use for just novelties and stuff. But it is not the second coming of Jesus. It is more like the second coming of the Van Man. Hubcaps pricing and you know, just kind of colorful. It says the configurator is silly. Silly, but maybe a bit more accessible. Okay, so this key isn't showing anything. I believe this is the function key. I don't know what the other keys do, but let's find out. Okay, so this should be the function key. I don't even know if it has anything programmed to. Nope. Okay, so this key doesn't lie. It should be the function key. Striker, how's it going? Okay, let me see. KBD 8X. So Roman Endurance's official one is pretty accessible. We've got the China-ness. Did they recently update it? Because I remember the last time I went on there, it looked nothing like that. Striker says Surface died this morning, got replaced with a Surface laptop. Damn, how old was your Surface? Mine is still kicking. I mean, mine's only a little over a year old, I think. Hated the SP4 so much. That's exactly what I have. Okay, so the PCB works. Let's check out the plate and the case. So the plate, this is an aluminum plate. I can tell from the way it is. Okay, so first of all, first impressions, I will say the cutouts. Oh, I have it on the wrong camera. The cutouts are not great. We will see how it affects switch fitment, but you can see they are kind of just a jagged mess. Look at that. The edges aren't straight at all. Corners are just kind of. This looks like a loaf of bread. So let's try some switches. Let's try cherry and let's try box. So we're gonna try them in 10 spots, for example. Okay, so a little tight, but it fits. So let's try it. One key in every row. I'm hoping I don't have to file anything. I'm kind of sick of that stuff, honestly. Okay. So far, so good. Let's keep going. Let's try 5 spots. Talisman Solutions, hey, how's it going? G-Type TV is here as well. What's your opinion on Speed Silver? If you like the higher actuation, then sure. But other than that, nah. If you want linears, just go with vintage black switches. You can't go wrong. Okay, so far the cherry switches actually fit, so that's good. Let's try Gateron. Wow, what the fuck? Was that already cracked? What the hell? Or did the plate crack it? Helpful Human, how's it going? Let's get home in time to sub. It's okay. Yeah, the stream will be pretty long, I'd say. We still have 2 unboxings to go. So looks like Gateron fits too, so that's good. That's good to know. I assume box switches might be a bit of a struggle. Box switches are surprisingly okay too. Wow, that's insane. Back 540. Welcome to the stream today. He's here with a 4-month resub. How's it going? Yeah, so don't worry if you think you're late. You only missed the keycard number 1 unboxing. We have not even looked at the 8X case yet. And so we'll look at the 8X case right now. We looked at the PCB and plate already. And then we still have GMK Serica kits along with XDA Scrabble. And so we're going to put those keycaps on some boards too, just to give you an idea of what they look like. Oh. Oops. You know what? I should hold on to the plate and put it in a case because I know a lot of people had trouble with the first initial round of 8Xs with how the plate was fitting in the case. So let's hold on to the plate. Okay. Anyone else in Canvas Drop? I'm not actually. This round 2 canvas, I believe. All right. So let's take a closer look at the KBD 8X. This one's in black. Ooh. Okay, so we'll take a look at the anodizing in a bit. You can see a very classic design. And you all know how I feel about cases that are designed like that with just a fucking ugly ass seam running across. I personally don't like it. I think that it is lazy. But lazy at the $200 price point, I can kind of look away. Yeah, I'm just like, that's okay. Not ideal, but fine. But this sort of design on anything more than $300, you gotta try harder. Can vacuum cleaner kill keyboard with static, says Mossborg. Like, it can kill keyboards. Is it safe to vacuum keyboards? I don't know why you would try to vacuum keyboards. I just wouldn't. Just don't vacuum anything electronic. Brian says you gotta come up with a term for cases like that. Lazy. Ugly. Seems bad. Yeah, I'll think of something, but lazy is, I think, the perfect descriptor. It is just design-wise just lazy. You just fucking draw a line across. We'll have the top, and we'll put the bottom underneath, and then we'll just screw everything together. Yeah, Mossberg, what I would use is canned air. If you can get an electric duster, that would be even better, so something like that. Alright, this thing blows way better than your mom. Or just buy a new keyboard, lol. Okay, so we've got the rubber feet in place. It's nice to see that the case has cutouts for rubber feet. That's always a nice plus. Okay. And so now let's look at so if there are any angles you want to look at, please let me know. Let's look at the LED indicator over here. So we'll take a look when we build this. I believe we're going to build it with Zelios V2. So you can see it's got these lasered cutouts for the LEDs. So I believe the first iteration had bars instead of dots. So it was supposed to be, I believe, 2 LEDs side by side. And so each LED, instead of being just lighting up a dot, it would light up a bar. So that was pretty cool, but they had to change the design because they got a lawsuit from Adidas, and so now they went back to just doing just the dots. So quite similar to what you saw on the KBD 19X. So it is actually super cool. We'll take a look at how it works, but you can see when it's not lit, it's almost invisible. Inconspicuous. I almost said inconceivable, but that's not what that word means. So yeah, inconspicuous. This is, I think, when it does work, we'll see how well it works. But from what we saw in the 19X, I would say it is the best way to do dedicated indicators that I've seen on custom keyboards. I like the implementation more than Duck's implementation, where it's just tiny little holes. Just, you know, urethra size holes. They're okay. These, I believe, are very innovative from KBD fans, especially at this price point. We saw it first on the 19X, and hopefully they've made some improvements to it. We will find out when we build it. Sounds like watching too much Princess Bride. Yes, way too much. Once. That was one time too many. What are 3 LEDs if there's no numpad? So you still need to know whether numlock is on or not. I know people are like, ooh, but why? So, hold on, is this hole too deep? Damn, that is deep as shit. Do I have a screwdriver that even goes that deep? Damn, the fuck? Yeah, I don't even know if I have a screwdriver that goes that deep, that is small enough and deep enough. What the fuck? Okay, let me see. Where do I have all my cheap tools? Just got home, was on audio only. Well, just in time. Good time to look at this. And then we'll look at the anodizing as well. Actually, let's do that first instead of screen thing. Okay, so anodizing. The first major flaw that I found was over here. You can see pitting. Look at that. Over here, you see that? I don't think you see it anywhere else on the case. Okay, you do see some here as well. So over here. and over here. And then everything else is, I would say, comparable to the 19X, to the KBD 75 V1. Just light streaking here and there.
Yeah.
You know, some colors are just a bit. Talisman Solutions at 500 bits, thank you so much. So yeah, so just some parts being inconsistent, you know, but not, what's the word? A bit duller than the rest. And oh, that's interesting. We'll look at that closely when we take it out. And the sad part is, this case you cannot use diffusers with it. You can't even try to install your own. Well, you can. It just won't light up because the seam is too high up. So you can see that it's basically where the plate sits. So similar to a TX board, for example. You can see the cutout over here. This should fit this cable. Yes. How much does that case weigh? Okay, so we'll take the... I'll grab the kitchen scale. Legally just missed it. Okay, so the LED cutouts, zoology, if you're here right now, you can see there are the dots instead of the bars. So this is the definitely not the first iteration. I don't know if it's the I think this is the third iteration. I believe this is the newest one. I believe, I'm not sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so 3 dots. Pretty cool. In your opinion, which board is the best anodizing so far? Okay, best anodizing so far. Tofu. One of the previous clippers. So not the most recent one that I built. One that I built a long time ago. That, and probably one of the gray TX CPs. I think both of them were pretty good. Yeah, so basically the ones that God and I bought. We each bought one TX CP, both in gray as well. And yeah, so I'd say those 3 are the top. I think the LZCP would be up there as well, but I don't think it gets to the top 3. But the TXCP has been a while since I last looked at it. So I will say right now, currently the best one I've seen in the recent months. And you have to understand that I have gone stricter, actually, I realize. I have gone more anal. As in the adjective. with regards to analyzing quality. And so for example, the mirror, now that I look back on the mirror, it's actually kind of meh. It's still a slightly above average, because basically, well, the mirror is, the texture itself is not bad, but it fucked up in a lot of ways. And I really don't think it deserves to be considered great. If it goes from average, good, great, I don't think it deserves to be in great. Close to good, but even calling it good, I would struggle just because of the numerous flaws. Okay, so this thing, the case alone, without the plate, without the PCB, you know, just the case, 4 pounds, 4 ounces, which I think is a decent weight for most people. If I can lose 4 pounds, that would be amazing. Well, I say that, but one time I did lose 20 pounds. It was a while back. I was traveling in England, minding my own business. And then some fucker grabbed my wallet. I lost 20 pounds that day. Okay, so this thing is 1.93435 kilograms. If you add the plate, it would go past 2 kilograms. So for this, and you'll have to keep in mind this thing is, how much is this? 220? I thought Visionaire was the dad. She doesn't know. Don't tell him. Let's go to machine from the underside to make this aluminum translucent. I was curious how it looks like in real life. In real life, it looks really good. It actually does. From certain angles, you can't see it at all from certain angles. But if you look closely, then yeah, of course, and then in certain angles, yeah, then you can kind of see it. But yeah, see, look at this. Can you even spot the dots? No, you can't. Not yet. We're gonna do it right now. So we did that with the 19X, but I think that was on the older camera, so it wasn't as nice. Right now, my concern is... Let me see if I have another screwdriver. Where would I have another screwdriver? My concern is these screw holes are really tiny, and these ones in the back are very deep as well. So I'm afraid that this part might touch the case. So we'll try that out. See you then, Dick. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And Sleepson says, semi-related note, just finished putting BKE Redux lights in my Railforce. Not sure if I like it yet. Aren't they very heavy? And oh, I'm sorry I missed it. Zoology with the gift sub to 100 milli. I am so sorry I missed it. And 100 milli. Now you have to forward the gift. Pay it forward. So thank you very much, Zoology. 29 gift subs. Who's gonna be lucky number 30? Okay, see, so it's super deep and it's just at an awkward angle, and I don't want to. Yeah. So I used to have a shitty screwdriver that would have been able to fit. A shitty Phillips head screwdriver. So right now I am using a flathead to unscrew these, because this one is long and slim enough to actually reach the spot. Man, whatever you do, if you're using thick lube, be very, very careful. I have seen one stream where someone was lubing his... What board was it? Was it just a Nova Touch? I don't remember. But it was a Topper board. And holy fucking Jesus. It looked so bad. So what he was basically doing was he was using a really, really tiny brush and using, I believe it was 3204, so very viscous, very thick. And here's one thing. Some people think that, oh, I'll just use the smallest possible toothbrush to be precise. Yes, but if you are just caking that shit on, it is no longer precise. You're basically using it as a toothpick or a you know, it's no better than a toothpick or a spudger anymore, right? Because you just basically just one big slab of lube and then you just yeah. You're supposed to just lightly brush it, but yeah, instead the whole brush, because of how tiny it is, just functions just like the screwdriver. Imagine if I just cake up some lube and just kind of just slap the corners. Oh. Okay, so here we go. You can see that they are still machined in that 3-stripe pattern, but you only get one hole now instead of the whole slot being empty. And I believe the older ones had it longer so that you could fit 2 LEDs in them. And so these ones you can basically just fit one and then have wiggle room. But it's super cool. Okay, so you can see on this side, see, it just looks like 3 faint dots, that's it. But they're actually very, very, very thin. And lasered out, look at that. So I believe it's something like it's lasered and then they put like a wire gauze or something, some kind of net or whatever underneath, and then they just anodize over it. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what they do, but look at that shit. That is amazing. So you can see it's basically translucent. You can see my finger behind there. And then if I shine, let me get my phone. Give me 1 second. So check that out. Does that not look good? That is pretty nice. Look at that. So yeah, so sure close up you can maybe see the faint kind of net. But if you are just a little further away, it would look just like a normal dot. Look at that. Is that in focus? Let's see. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And then when it's off, you just don't see anything. Instead of three big holes over there, they just match the rest of the case. You don't really see it. You know it's there because at certain angles you can see the faint dots. But then when you light it up, it's there. So it's crazy because no one really complained about this. Right? We were still seeing, you know, duck keyboards and other expensive keyboards just drilling holes basically. Well, drill is not exactly what they do, but you know, just having holes and then having the LEDs through. This one on the other hand, and one thing it also helps do, it helps diffuse the LED as well, so it's not, you know, just fucking just bright light. So it makes it a bit muted and it is again inconspicuous. So it's great. I really want to see this on more custom keyboards. This is so good. I cannot repeat this enough. This is, I don't know if you can call it innovation. I guess you can call it innovation. If you can find any other custom keyboard maker that did this before KBD fans, please let me know. I don't know anyone, and if chat knows, please let me know as well. But this is probably the most innovative thing I've seen KBD fans do. And the execution is actually pretty damn good. So, great job, KBD fans. I hope to see more stuff like that. Super nice. Super, super nice. Ooh, screws are kind of... Okay, let's see who else is in chat. How much will that keyboard weigh at the end? Yeah, I would say expect around 2.5 after everything. Switches and keycaps, maybe 2.3. Something like that. And Zero Series TV, hey, how's it going? That looks so much nicer than the Adidas stripes. Next, they're gonna put a check mark. Okay, so let's try putting the plate in. Let's see if it messes anything up. So you can see there's a bottom mount, but I believe the top still touches the plate. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so they include their screw-in stabilizers. I don't know how good or how bad they are. Frankly, I'm afraid to try them because the housings and the inserts look just like the fake stuff. So I don't know, but yeah, with gold wires, it's pretty cool that they at least include something like that. And then they have these rubber washers for them as well, for the screws, so you don't short your PCB. But what we need are the screws for the plate. Why would they only include... Oh, these are spare screws. Okay, see, so the case is held by just 6 of these tiny ass screws. They don't inspire much confidence. 17 LED pinholes and weird patterns spelling out ESL. Way more premium. Hopefully that kind of innovation trickles up into boards 2-3 times the price. Yeah. I wouldn't. Hold my breath, but yes, I hope so. COD SKT. Ooh! Number 30. Thank you so much, Zoology. Yeah, COD SKT with the 30th gift sub from our good friend Zoology. Okay, so what's the word on the EPBT? So one way to find out is to look at the housings. Housings, the insert, sorry. Do I have Zeus stabilizers here? Might have tossed them. Let's see. These are some fake stabilizers. You'll see it's in a bag called fakes. Waiting for $50 Rama stabs. Man, I will just keep saying it, but it's fucking hilarious. You see the way he went about designing the stabilizers, how he had all these, crazy ideas, and it came back to just being essentially a reskin of. He had some with springs, he had some other shit, and then in the end, they just look like just cherry stabilizers shaped differently. I'm not saying that they're gonna be worse than cherry stabilizers or just as good, but I'm saying that it's just funny that they went in so many directions and I came back to just the cherry style of stabilizers. Okay, so so the top actually touches the plate, which is unfortunate. I want to see boards where it's bottom mount, because I think that bottom mount is better than top mount in theory. But another thing you can see these anodizing hook marks on the inside. So once you put keycaps on, you shouldn't be able to see this, but this is on the inside. You see that? Yeah, but if you're gonna do bottom mount, then the top should avoid coming into contact at all with the plate. Okay. Oh shit, I don't remember which was which. So one of them is the EnjoyPBT stabilizer insert, and one of them is the typical Chinese fake. So from looking at it, the EnjoyPBT stabs definitely seem very reminiscent of the Zeal stabilizers. The Zeal stabilizers are designed a bit differently. The inserts, which is why I'm not even going to bother looking at the housings, as much because it's the inserts that make these Z stabilizers unique. And we can find out by trying to stick a wire in it. And I wish I hadn't thrown away all the Z stabilizers I had on hand. Oh well. Maybe I do have some.
Oh yeah.
100 million, 200 bits. Thank you so much. Some bits while I wait for someone not subbed. Do I have any left? Any Z stabilizers? Not in my stash of stabilizers, unfortunately. Okay, but anyway. I think I could even tell you which one is. So they look pretty similar. Look at that. But I believe the right one, so the one this side, is the EnjoyPBT stabilizer or whatever. And the other one is just your generic fake stabilizer. And we'll find out, but for Z stabilizers, the inserts, the wire can only basically go in one direction. Whereas on the, you know, on genuine cherry stabilizers and on the fakes, the wire can easily be installed the wrong way. A bit of tape on the edges. So, okay, the plate used to be... Okay, zoology, the plate, from what I believe, the 8X used to be sandwich mount, right? Look at this. This is now screwed into the bottom. And yes, zoology, the hole for the stabilizer is indeed tighter. And like I said, it really only allows you to go in one direction, in one hole. Okay, there we go. Found it. See, okay. So if you have Z stabilizers on you, you will know that this is something that the Z stabilizers do. See, so if I try to put the insert in the other way, so you know that the insert, kind of annoying actually the way it works. The side of the two holes actually is where you're gonna stick the wire in. And I wish that they would just fucking just fill up this part here. But I understand that they probably want to make it as light as possible or something. But it would be nice if there weren't a hole here so your wire can't stick into this part. So the wire can only go into the bottom hole. It's the hole that the Lord intended. Yeah. So with fake stabilizers and normal chair stabilizers. So again, the 8X unboxing is basically done for now, right? We're just looking at the EnjoyPBT stabilizers. You can, okay, see, so 2 holes here, right? This is supposed to be the wire side, which is supposed to go here. So I can put it in, and then this goes right through. I can turn it around so that the hole in the 2 sides, you know, now it's reversed, right? I put it in, and it just falls right through. So I could just put it in the wrong way, fit my wire through it, and then see how the wire fits and everything, and you know, everything looks normal, feels normal too, until you test it out. See, the stabilizer insert doesn't move up anymore. You're gonna be stuck because there's no room for your wire to go, because your wire can only go in one direction, can only go rise in one direction. But with the other insert, which is the one that, which is why this is how I differentiate the Zeal stabilizers from the other fakes and everything. So if I put it in the right way with the 2 holes where the wire goes, see, nothing unusual. It falls right through. See that? But if I turn it around, so I'm putting it the wrong way. Look at that. It gets stuck. See that? It doesn't fall right through anymore. Whereas on the other one, doesn't matter how I put it. I can put it in this way. I can turn it around. I put it in. It also falls right through. But on this one, it doesn't fall right through over here because this is wrong. I put it in here. It falls right through. See, so you put it in the wrong way, the slope on the inside of the insert will kind of make it really difficult for you to clip the wire. Look at it. See, so because it doesn't go up any higher up, and it's angled also when your wire goes in, compared to the normal cherry with the angle, there's no angle. It's basically flat when the wire enters the insert. See, so you're basically in a downward angle now, and you can see that the wire rests above the clip. Do you see that? Whereas on the other one, right, we're putting it the wrong way. So again, 2 holes going in on this side because that's wrong. So we're gonna do that. I should be able to still thread my wire through and have it work and have it fit just fine. Look at that. And it won't work. See, it doesn't go up anymore, but it actually goes in. Whereas on now this is the EnjoyPBT stabilizer, but on Zeal stabs, you should see the same thing where it's basically kind of dummy proof. It was designed so that you cannot plug it in the wrong way. Because I put the wire in, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. You have to really squeeze it to try and angle it back down. See, if I put it in, see the angle that it rests at? See how higher up it is compared to the clip? Whereas on this one, I put it in, I could easily just slot it in. Damn it. So, from what it looks like, it really does look like just a black version of the Zeal stabilizer. Now, I don't know what Zeal thinks about this. I know that this is not the first time Gateron has infringed upon some of Zeal's intellectual properties. but so far they do appear to be very, 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 very similar to Zeal stabilizers. Again, the inserts give it away because the Zeal inserts are different from Cherry and from the typical fakes that you see. So maybe this year end we'll finally do a comparison to all the stabilizers, but hopefully that's helpful. And lots of, hey, how's it going? No, we have not unboxed Serica yet. We're about to do it now. After this, we're just looking at stabilizers. I'm gonna put the 8X away, and then it's the fake one, right? Yes. Wait, no. Is this the real one or the fake one? Fuck. I believe this is the fake. Yes, this is the fake. Good. Good, good, good. Easy. You're not gonna see content, educational content like this on other keyboard streams. Investigative content. You might see some inspired content. You might see people making, basically ripping my content off and making guides on YouTube. And then I stopped using one lube, and now the next thing you know, now I hear that person has also stopped using that lube. Just shameless, absolutely shameless. Apparently the anti-stabilizer wire pop-out thingy actually works. But yes, it is a problem with the Zeal stabilizers, and is still a problem, which is why I don't recommend it. The wires, good question actually. So yeah, let's compare the wires. Let me bring out some Cherry wires. Which of course I have conveniently separated out. Omega Lube. Brian. Let's compare 6.25 and 6.25. Maybe that's a bit more fair. Yes, they are. Shit, this really does match the Zeal stabilizers. The wires are longer and thicker. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but we couldn't fit Zeal stabilizer wires in regular Cherry housing, regular Cherry, genuine Cherry stabilizers. Because the wires are a little bit longer and it kind of fucks with stuff. I can't remember if it's the other way around. But yeah, they're not perfectly compatible. You can't just swap the wires in and out between the Zeal and Cherry stabilizers. But you can see the EnjoyPBT is the gold-plated one. See how it's longer? Than the gray wire of the Cherry stabilizer. Look at that. It's longer on the bent ends. And actually, thickness wise, these might be about the same. But they are longer, which is a distinguishing feature or spec of the Zero stabilizers. Zambumon posts. Oh, he got canvas? Wait, when was this? 11 hours ago. Nice. Okay. So, that was the little bit about the EnjoyPBT stabilizers. Now let's put the 8X away and we can hopefully move on to the next unboxing. I did tell you that it's gonna be quite a long stream. See, we're already at 2 hours. And we're not even done yet. Oh, we're pretty much done playing with the stabilizers. We're just moving on to the next thing. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I've already stopped using dielectric grease on the band-aids for my own builds. And for one build for a friend. So, maybe, eventually, you will see that too on another streamer or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I really have been doing that. I've mentioned it for quite a few months now that eventually I was gonna try that out without the dielectric grease. So what it was supposed to do was a few things, but one of it definitely was to help with the cushioning. But the fact that I even buttered it down to such a smooth layer, you know, they're basically just, you know, almost nothing. It basically makes it squishier, right? But I don't know, for some people, they just throw a thick heap of that stuff on there, which is disgusting. But the main reason why I don't want to do it anymore is because when you try to take it apart, the lube is basically just completely seeped through the fabric bandage, and it makes it really hard to remove, and it traps dust and stuff really easy. Knick-knack paddywhack. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I have stopped doing that for, like I said, you know, some of the recent builds, and I think that and so far it's been pretty good. I will probably start doing it for more builds. Of course, I'll let the person know as well, but I really don't think it's necessary. And so yeah, so if the person that's been plagiarizing me does the same, that'd be pretty funny. Pretty funny. Paddywhack says, I bought 90% of my stuff off KBD, no issues. Yeah, I used to make a lot of purchases on KBD Fans. I haven't done any in recent weeks. You'll be bidding this on stream, yes. But it will take a while because I believe what's happening now is we were supposed to use box navies, but you know how box switches are going. So we are probably, most likely, last I heard, which was, you know, right, confirmed just a few minutes, maybe an hour ago, we are going to wait for the Zeal V2s. So it's actually going to be pretty fun. Did you get a DC60? No, but I didn't, but I think we will be unboxing a DC60 live on stream. I think so. So one of my friends that I built a keyboard for here locally did get a DC60, and so she's still waiting on it. And she did ask if, you know, like, oh, so what kind of stuff do you unbox? You know, will you unbox the DC60? So she kind of offered, so great. I didn't even have to ask. Fucking amazing. So yes, we will most likely see that. Oh no, I forgot to put the other foam in. Color, I can't remember. I don't think it's white, but we'll find out. I'll have to ask. I think it was gray. I think. I know a lot of people are curious about the white. I do have some friends who did order the white, so we'll see. But I won't be. I don't think I'll be unboxing a white. We'll find out though. I'm not sure yet. Oh wait, this foam. Well, this foam was supposed to go outside the box. Nick Knight Paddywhack, the DC60 is a keyboard case. It is inspired by the the Fiel. But in a slimmer profile. Do you think Max Keys caps are worth? I mean, if you don't care for the, if you just want the profile, you don't care for the legends, sure. But the legends on Max Keys caps are not great. Not great. Although it's not like Signature Plastics legends are, you know, perfect, but they are still at least a step or two above the Max Keys legends.